What's up, everybody? This is Wilson for Wilson's Gaming. I'm making a video that is a vlog here on my channel. Maybe people can get some insight about leadership and the food service industry and healthcare. So I don't know if many people know or not. I guess you could say I'm a professional healthcare cook. That's what I put on my resume. It would make sense. I've worked in the healthcare industry as a cook for, I'm going to say 14 years total, and it's been an experience, I got to say. Let me just start from the beginning. Very short summary of how I started and where I ended up is I first started out as a dishwasher in an assisted living facility. There were like 90 residents there, and and it was in the kitchen, obviously, where I worked at. And I started off as a dishwasher, and this was like my very first real job that I really stuck with and kept with it. At the time, I was living in a motel, and I was having a hard time financially and in life, period. And I guess you could say I worked my way up, and I became, I was a manager of the kitchen at that first place I worked at after 5 years. Um, and then the second job that I had was at a Alzheimer's dementia facility, and didn't have many. It had about half of the patients compared to the previous job, and that was an experience. And I started off as a cook, and I a couple times, twice, became a an acting manager with an opportunity to become a manager, but I turned it down. Then the third job, which is the most recent job, which I just quit a couple of days ago. Oh no, Wilson, why did you leave your job? Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. There weren't too many residents at this place. It was an assisted living facility. I was a cook, and I left as a cook. It was all cook. So, what's the point I'm trying to make here? Is the healthcare industry can be a very challenging place to work at, even as a cook, or a dishwasher, or a dietary aide. Very stressful for CRMAs. They're the most common med techs that you will see there, alongside personal care assistants and certified nursing assistants, and other staff as well, housekeeping. You're going to see administration and so on and so forth. So it's not just me that had a hard time, of course. There's other people as well. But the point I'm trying to make is, why had I gone through 3 jobs like this? In hindsight, I left because I made the choice, of course. I can't blame it on anybody. But what led me to those choices? Management style. People's management style. And I've had the experience, very short-lived, of course, 3 times, that just by observing other people's management style, you're going to get more out of your employees if you work with them and they work with you. More likely, employees will work with you if you work with them. But many, and I'm going to say about 90% of the managers I worked with, have this mentality where they think you have to work for them. Even supervisors, they make you work for them. Do as I say, don't do as I do. And they can make your life a living hell. And make your work experience unfair, and it just causes a lot of problems. Another thing that really trickles through a workplace, especially in the healthcare industry, is toxicity. There is a lot of it. And backstabbing. Now, I don't know if this is a natural behavior among women, because you're going to find a lot of women working in, in facilities like this. But it was awful. It's awful to hear it every day, hear the drama, people not wanting to work with each other. And I just don't know where people got their management training, really. Because you're supposed to make people feel like they are a great resource, that they're special. That they're using their skills. Let them use their skills. Not make them feel like a servant and tell them all the things they have done wrong. There's a time and place to tell an employee what they have done wrong. Because if they're not doing their job, of course, you have to let them know. But you also have to balance it out more. Actually, make it unbalanced by letting them know how much good they are doing. And the last job, I have not even heard one good thing in a long time of what I've done, except for the staff members that I work with or the patients. The patients that you work for in the healthcare industry is all that matters. You got to take care of them. That's what you're there for. You're there to take care of patients in the healthcare industry. I believe in one way or another. Whether it's housekeeping, maintenance, cook, manager, administration, it's all for the residents. So I left my most recent job because it's the culmination of the same old thing, but there is no reason for it to have been like this in a very small workplace. There were not many staff. There were not many residents. The work was easy. And for a lot of people, it was convenient because it was close by for them. I'm sure a lot of people made some, good money in compensation for the work they did. But there was no need for the toxicity. And there's always that one or two people that cause it. And why do they stay there? I mean, why are they allowed to stay there? And I'm not even going to get into managers because that's a whole different story. But when I see co-workers that are really good co-workers and true leaders get thrown under the bus, I have a problem with that. A huge problem with that. And I'm not saying don't make friends at work. But if you do make friends at work and you get close with them, that's going to hit hard when something bad happens. But for myself, I left this job because I had enough of the healthcare industry. I'm sorry, I got to take that back. I had enough of the people who run the healthcare industry who think we have to work for them. Why should I work with these people if they don't want to work with me? Sorry, I'm putting not even a 2 weeks notice. They don't even deserve a 2 weeks notice. Not at all. Now, for some people, it's going to be hard to leave a job, and it was hard for me to leave a job, of course, because money. We all need money, of course. But I'm not even going to fucking worry about it. If I have to be poor or on the street until I find my next job, I'm going to do it. Because for my own sanity, I'm not going to allow myself to feel like I'm underappreciated. So I got to do what I got to do. I'm 37 years old. I had 14 years in the healthcare industry as a cook. And sadly, in my area, management is not making good use of the employees. And they wonder why there's high turnover. You know what I mean? I see a lot of job reviews for a lot of websites, and the most common thing is the management or the human resources. Issues with the management because, again, they make you work for them and they don't expect to work for you. I mean, I'm sorry, not for you, with you. You're supposed to work with each other. So if you're going to a workplace and you want to be a manager, yes, know your job. You know, you got to do your job. But you also have to work with the people that you're managing. Your responsibility is to keep people there so they are effective to take care of the job. You know, it's just like a video game. If you're playing one of those strategy games that you have to command troops, right? And you tell them to go there and go here and go there. No, that's a bad example. You have a lot of control over things like that. But let's just say if it was a video game, you got to take care of your troops. You got to make sure that they're all set. Their bases are well stocked and they have enough resources. Take good care of them. If you don't take good care of your employees, a lot of shit's going to happen. So, as part of my vlog, guys, I hope this was informational. Maybe you can learn something from this. And I'll let you all know how things are going here at Wilson's Gaming. But for now, peace out. Let me know in the comments below what your work experience has been like. Have you seen a lot of people in management positions treat you like you're supposed to work for them? Do they, have you ever seen managers that worked with you? And I'm going to say one more thing too. I had about 20 managers and supervisors total. Only 2 of them produced the fruits of a true leader. They worked with their employees. Have you ever seen that, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Peace.